full, I want you to come bring your hands over your head and feel like somebody is pulling your fingers up, and just take a second to look at the ceiling and come down. So give me another deep breath here and breathe out. Good, 2 more and 1 more. Perfect. Now I want you to do your first forward fold. So dropping your head down, come and stretch. So just holding it here for a couple of seconds. You should feel the stretch on the backs of your legs. I would like you to walk your hands forward so that your head is in line with your spine. And you should feel a bit more stretch on the backs of your legs so they don't feel like they're pulling up. And then uncurl through your spine, and we're going to do that 1 more time. So deep breath in. Breathe out, roll through your spine. This time, put your hands down on the floor, bend your knees, and then come up with your head touching your knees. So a couple more times. So you're bending down, heels come off the floor, and then try and get your head a little bit tighter to your knees. So coming up onto those toes, head tucks in to come up. Good, so rocking forward onto your toes, and up. Good, this one here, hold it here and come and pedal your feet for me. So I'm bending one knee and then the other knee. Good, well done. Perfect, and come up. I'm going to move on this time. So deep breath in comes here, breathe out. Come and put both hands down in the floor. Come and step back into plank. So this is where I want you to hold it here for a couple of seconds. Push back into your toes. Think about that space between your shoulders, lifting up through your belly button. Good. Now there is an option. You can drop your knees to the floor, or if you can, tricep push-up, come down and bend the top of your head. Good. And just take a second to look up the ceiling and stretch your abs. Good. Come tuck your toes under, push back into plank here, and then push back into downward dog. So in this stretch, you should feel the stretch between your shoulders, feel those heels going down into the floor, and again, I want you to pedal those legs. So your heel is pushing down, head is in line with your spine, core is lifted. Good, and then come weight into your hands, step your right foot forward, and come up. So let's just do that pattern 1 more time. Well done. So deep breath comes in. I'm going to face you this time. So deep breath comes in, breathe out, bend your knees, come down into the floor. Come and step back with your left leg this time. Head stays in line with your spine. So just hold it here into a plank. Think about that space in between your shoulders. If you can, tricep push-up to come down. Bend your head backwards. Stretch out those abs. Good. Lower down through your tummy. Tuck your toes under. Come up and hover into plank and come into downward dog. So this is our pattern, and we're just going to make it more complicated each time. Come back into plank. Left foot steps forward. Step forward and deep breath in. Well done. Good. So 1 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Bend your knees. Step back with your right leg. Left leg joins it. Head is in line with your spine. So here is where you hover. So you're getting your core work into your plank here. Drop down into a tricep push-up. Can put your knees down. Bend that lower back. Good. Come down onto the floor, tuck your toes under. Push back. So you've got straight arms here, head's in line with your spine. Then push back into downward dog. Now this time in downward dog, to get more of a stretch, I want you to lift one leg up. So you may need to walk your hands a little bit closer to your supporting leg, and you're still trying to find that space in between your neck and shoulders, and then I can crazy feel that stretch in my hamstring. And last little bit, try and square off your hips. So both your hip bones are pointing down into the floor. Good. This next one, come and bring knee into your chest. So this is really good core work. Knee comes in tight, space in between your shoulders, and it's a hover position, this one's called. So knee is up, hip is down, and now come and place your foot into runner's stretch. So let me just see if you're both okay. Are you both okay with your hands either side of your legs? We're going to be here for a little bit. Good. Stretch that back foot back a little bit more. That looks good. Well done. So just take a second. Again, think about your back leg, dropping your hip down and holding it there. Good. You may want to try and wiggle your back foot back a little bit. Good wiggle, Grace. I like that. Now, come up if you can. And can you find that balance? So again, this is where that core's working. So you're still in that running stretch, Kaz. Really bending forward. Arms are up, but pulling your tummy in. Good. Really open your chest out. So you can hold that a couple of seconds. Good. Breathe out. Come back down into that runner stretch. Good. Now, turn your back foot. So this is a warrior position that I want knee and toe. So you've got one side of your body pointing forwards, and then your other foot is parallel. So you've got one turned out, and I want you to reach to me. Now in this reach position, I want you to tuck your bottom under and come forwards. And I can crazy feel this stretch in my hip flexor. That is that turning under position that is really working on hip flexor. And then feel like someone's pulling your arm. Like lengthen a bit towards me. And it's that tail that you really get that stretch. Well done, good. Now come all the way down and try and twist up to the ceiling. So this position, you should feel a stretch in your top arm and or twisting your chest up to the ceiling. And Grace, I saw you going. Which way am I stretching? So come and do the other side as well. So I don't mind which way you went first. And these are always a bit hard to see on Zoom. So I want you to twist to one side of the room and then to the other. So you're using your core to balance in the middle. Good. And up. Perfect. You guys all right? This is quite a lot of leg, isn't it?
Yeah, good.
It's quite hard, isn't it? Well done. So let's start that all the other side on the other side. So deep breath in. Breathe out, come down to the floor. So now come and step back into that plank. Head's in line with your spine. Lower down through tricep push-up. Back bend as you come up. Good. Lower down to the floor. Tuck your toes under. Head stays in line with your spine. Push back so you're in downward dog. So here is that crazy stretch with your hips down. Hips are facing forwards if you can. And if you want to, you can walk your hands closer to your foot so you get more of a stretch on your underneath leg. And also it's these tight hamstrings. Both of you got sent to this class of like kind of back pain. Sometimes hamstring tightness really doesn't help. Now come into hover. So this is lifting up your core, knee comes forward into your spine, dropping your bottom here. So just really trying to find that space between your shoulders, lifting up your belly button. Good, now come and bring your foot in between your hands, head goes up, and again, trying to square off. That looks perfect. So this is hip flexor stretch at the back. Good, when you are ready, come up and see if you can find that balance. It's your belly button that you're going to be doing the work. So you're lifting up through those fingers, dropping your shoulders down through your spine. Just see if you can hold that for a couple of breaths. You're getting deeper into your leg, fingers are stretching. Well done. Good, come in a little bit And I want you to find that warrior one position. So this is where toe and knee are pointing forwards, and then your back foot is going to the sideways. So you are stretching over, and the stretch comes trying to push your bum forward. You should feel this inside thigh, maybe some chest. Good, and just really reach through those fingers. And really see if you can get rid of your tail by tucking it under here. Good, come and tip forwards and look up to the ceiling. So open out that chest. Elbow goes over to your knee. Kaz, in answer to your question, I think I am going to take my socks off. I'm slipping. Quick redone. Quick sock off, that's better. I'm just such a baby, aren't I, being cold. And then twist over to the other direction, trying to open out that lower back. Good, hand goes down onto the floor. Other side to come up. Good, and twisting up. Well done. Good, come back to that warrior position. Good, feet together. Lovely. Okay, one more time. So, deep breath in, breathe out, hands go down to the floor. Come down, hold that plank for a few seconds. Feel your weight push down into your heels. Should feel it really deep into your belly button. Elbows come down. Breathe out on the way up. So there's your stretch on your core and your lower back. Lower down here. Turn your feet under. Good. Push back into downward dog. Good. When you're ready, right leg goes up into the air. Hips are square. I quite like walking my hands further back so I can get a deeper stretch in that hamstring. Good, lifting up through that belly button. Well done. When you're ready, come into hover. So you're dropping your hip, head's in line with your spine. Come and place that foot forward, so that hip's coming down. Deep breath in as you drop. Good, and this time, I want you to actually sink down to the floor. So your knee goes down, you're opening out your chest here, squeezing your elbows together and just lifting that chest off to the ceiling. Good, if you're ready, so same arm as the knee you've got back. This is quite ballet, but lift up and try and twist. And you should feel a change in that hip flexor here, turning your head. And Kaz, this will be quite a good one for you of kind of lots of Zoom and office meeting. Hip flexors and shoulders get really, really tight.
Yeah.
So this is a really good like kind of counter exercise. Well done, come back into that hip flexor stretch here. Come and step forward, we'll do the other side. So come and lift off. Well done. Phone's ringing. I'm surprised it didn't shut everything off. Lovely, so lifting up and come down. So we're stepping left foot back this time. Head is in line with your spine. Core is nice and tight. Pushing into those heels here. Lower down through that tricep push up. Back bend goes up. Good, lowering down to the floor. Turn your feet under. Push back and push back into downward dog. So shoulders are pushed together, heels are going down, and straighten that leg up into the air. So you should be on the left side. If you want to put those hands in to make it harder, try and keep those hips square as you come forward, and then knee comes into your chest. So you're lifting up through that belly button, head's in line with your spine. Step forward so that you're in runner's stretch, dropping that hip here. Good. Arms come up, lifting here. Well done. Good, and this one, drop your knee. I'm going to come to the other side. So this one is hip flexor stretch. Add on a stretch for your chest. So elbows are together, pushing that hip forward, lifting your chest up to the ceiling. I've switched around. I feel like I did that one last time. And hand goes up and turn your face to the side. Good, just really feel that opening out here. Come and bring your hands down, lift up that leg and step. Good, I'm just going to do one more round quite quickly. So deep breath in and out. Step back into plank. Hold your plank. This time lower down tricep. Push up here. Come down, toes under. Push back. Downward dog. Here's where you lift that leg. Tail goes down. Come into that hover. That's where you're getting all of your core work here. Well done. Step through into your hands. Deep breath as you come up. Now you're probably not going to thank me for this one. This one. Feet go 2 parallel and 2 straight. So the balance is quite tough on this one, and I'm going to come and have a look. What I want you to do is fold forward and take your hands forward as far as they can go. So head stays in line with your spine, squaring off your hips, dropping your head towards your knee, and lift up your front knee. Now I don't know about you, but the crazy stretch I feel on my hamstring, just this 2 straight leg hamstring stretch, it really kind of shows me how tight everything is. Oh, you both look like you're doing really well. Great balance, both of you. I'm really impressed. Good, put that toe down again. Well done. And now come and bend your back knee, straighten the front one, and lift up your chest. So again, it's a similar stretch, but you get a bit more core. If you try and shift your weight into your toes, head's in line with your spine, and just really working on that front hamstring. Well done. This time, go back to that straight leg, and we kind of work on core on crunches, but that transverse abdominis is also our balance muscle. So before we go any further, I want you to take one leg backwards. It sometimes helps me to put my hands on my hips and look forward to the front of the room. So you can stay here, but I would also like you to see if you can test your balance and tip forward. So this is all about that stabilisation. Square hips if you can. You may find it easier with straight arms, and then see if you can bend your knee and straighten it. So really feel like you're a bird, hovering, trying to keep everything square with that hip down. Belly button's lifted. And 1. Well done. That was a tough one, I know. Good. Other side. So deep breath in. Breathe out, bend those knees down to the floor. So this time you're stepping back. Left leg, hold that plank. I did warn you there was 100 planks in this workout, didn't I? Elbows come down. Back bend to release that lower back and your abs. Roll down onto the floor. Toes tucked under. Head's in line with your spine. Push back through your heels here. And give me that release of your downward dog. Now lift up your left leg. Hips are facing down. You can push back into your hands if you want this harder. Hold it for 2 breaths and then come forward into your hover. Again, this is a brilliant one on your core. Lifting up your belly button, balancing on one leg. It's a really important one. Step through into runner's stretch and come up. Breathe out here. Good. And hop forward so you've got a straight leg. So this is the one, it does take quite a lot of balance. Square everything off, reach forward, come down onto your knee, head is relaxed forward, head goes onto your knee, stretch forwards here. Good, and now lift up your toe. I'm really impressed with how far down both of you are. This is really good. So lifting up that toe here. Head's relaxed into your spine. Good. And put that foot down and bend your back knee. So this is the one, takes a little bit of if it's bending, so my weight is on my back leg, really trying to lift up my chest. Bottom is back, and again, I find by squaring off my hips, that's when I get a more intense stretch here at the front. Lift off that toe. Good. And then we're going to reset in the other direction. So, other leg goes back. You tell I'm better at balancing on one leg than the other. I need my hands on my hips. Head stays in line with my spine. Tipping forwards here. Good. So try and find that balance. And then arms go to the side. And this is where I want you to feel your birds. Your knee goes down. Teacher's not supposed to squeal, are they? And come up. So if you do me 2 more of those bends. And 1 more. Perfect. Good. Come and shake everything out. Really nice. Grab a quick. Yeah, drink of water. Breathe 1 second before we attack the next bit. Don't panic, that's probably the hardest bit. We've done the tough bit. That's all the planks and the balancing.
I used to do the balancing.
The balancing's hard. It's my hardest bit as well, Kaz. So Grace, when you're ready, come and settle on all fours. I want you to tuck your head under and then come and arch your back here. So really thinking about feeling that stretch into your shoulders. Kaz, I'm sure I know you and Linda are having a conversation on WhatsApp, but like here, that's where we take our stress, our tension, and really feel like you're releasing it as you breathe out here as you come up. Good, give me 2 more of these because they should feel lovely. Good, and 1 more. And come and settle in the middle. So again, this is where I want that lift through your belly button, thinking about your core muscle. Lift 1 leg off and then lift your opposite arm here. So you're reaching through your fingers. Hip goes down. Good, so really think about that head being in line with your spine. And when you breathe, just think about that tummy button lifting up a little bit higher. Good, and come and swap over onto the other side. So, other foot comes off. I think it's really important to get that foot stabilised first. So you should feel that in your bottom cheek, lifting up through your belly button, and then hand comes forward, tilting that hip down to the floor. Head goes in line with your spine. Lovely, really stretching through your bottom. Good, and come back to the middle. So next stretch, I'm going to show it in 2 directions. It's a shoulder stretch. I absolutely love this one. I want you to wind your hand underneath and then come and lean on your shoulder. So if you come and have a look, I'm all fours and then I'm actually putting my shoulder, she says crawling around to find out where you can see me. I'm putting my shoulder on the floor here and then like turning up to the ceiling. And I've got quite a lot of weight on the shoulder and it should feel a bit like you're having a deep tissue massage. I love this stretch, kind of, I know it's when I'm stressed, doing lots of boxing. It's all right here in that joint. It's quite a hard space to get to. And you can almost move into that shoulder, like actually try and like massage it, like kind of little gentle movements, and that pressure of the floor is going to help release any tension.
Get it, all my weight's on my head.
It's on your head and not your shoulder?
Yeah. Can I put a pillow where my head is maybe?
No, because your head's not on the floor. Let me have a look. Do it again. I'm like, your head shouldn't be on the floor. No, that's right.
Thanks.
Is your weight on your head?
Yeah, it's all on my head.
All right, come and do it the other side. Kaz, come and centralise and come the other side as well. Gracie, stay there a second. Grace, so I'm trying to problem solve. I've not had this question before. Grace, so keep your head and shoulder the same, and then stick your bum out a bit.
Okay.
If you stick your bum out, I'm then feeling it more arm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And thank you, that was a really good question. I didn't know the answer to that straight away. I like a question that makes me think. I was like, oh. Yes, your head is on the floor, but yeah, it's that pulling back I'm in my shoulder. Well done, and come back to all fours. Good, so again, give me that lift in the middle. This time, I want you to put 1 foot and 1 hand on the floor and lift up and down. So it's just making that exercise a bit harder. Controlled stretching through your finger. Lifting up through that belly button. Hip is turned down onto the floor. Good. And again, just hold this last one up. So give me a 10-second hold, lifting up through that belly button. Perfect, switch over to the other side. So your starting position is 1 straight leg back and opposite arm forward. Hip is square and come up and down for 10. So like steady 2 for 2 action. You've got 7 and 6, well done. You've got 5 and 4. You've got 3, 2 and 1. Good. So hip is dropping forward. Hold that position, lifting up through your belly button. Feel like somebody's pulling your fingers. Well done, and come back into the middle. I now want you to come into child's pose. So this is where you sit back on your heels and stretch your arms forward. Now I sometimes, by having my knees wide, that actually feels more comfortable to me, that without the weight on my feet, have my knees wide. So just wherever you are comfortable. And again, it's feeling that stretch in your shoulders and the weight into your heels. And relaxing your head, and just stay there for a couple of breaths. And then when you're ready, come across your body. So if your hands were kind of at 12 o'clock, this would be reaching for 10 o'clock. And you should feel a bit more stretch into your lats. Good, and come up and in the other side. So stretching forwards here. Dropping that hip down. Well done. I never want to leave that position, so I might have to leave quite quickly before you've left Natasha in there. So come back into the middle. And this time, this is one that I kind of use in boot camps. It is one of my favourite ab exercises. I want you to come from table here to plank. So I want you to go table to plank. And again, I just always feel this is such a deep core activation. So try not to move anything except for those hips. Everyone keep going. Great, so nice. Your arms got so much stronger. Kaz, well done. Perfect, you've got 2 and 1. Lovely, hover. Head's in line with your spine. Core is tight, dropping those hips. Well done. I just want you to release all that work coming back into downward dog. Just try to put those heels down in towards the floor, stretching out through your shoulders. Good. And then come back with those hips forward and then push back. Good. So hips forward and back. and back. Good. Give me 5 more of these, so 5 more planks. Breathe out into that downward dog, and you've got 4 and 3. Brilliant. You've got 2 more. You've got 2 and 1. Perfect. Drop those knees down. I'm going to get you to come the other way up, because this workout can be quite arm heavy, if that makes sense. So if you come and lie down now, try and get your heels really tight to your bottom, and so that your hands are touching your heels. I now want you to come up and down into that bridge. So you are lifting up, squeezing your knees together. Good, dropping your bottom down. Perfect. So just gentle, thinking about that breath. Every time you go up, try and get up a little bit higher. Good, 2 more. Lovely, and 1. Hold it up here. Now take your arms to the side, and I want you to lift off one leg. So try and square everything off and just hold that here. So this is a single leg bridge. I can always crazy feel this in my supporting bottom cheek. Lovely, switch over other side. So hip is up, hip is up, foot goes forwards, squeezing up as high as you can. Well done. Good, come back into bridge and lower down into the floor. And now come and reach your knees up and stretch out your lower back. So I've kind of curled myself into a little ball. And it feels really nice on my lower spine. When you are ready, I want you to give me a rock. And so I want your rock quite smooth. This is about trying to get mobility into your back. So I'm actually going back into my shoulders. My feet are going quite far back. Well done. Good. And then this last rock, you've got some options. I would like you to stretch both your feet up into the air and put your hands at the back of your legs. So first stretch is just head up, holding it here. So this is your level 1. You should feel it lower back, neck a little bit, and then all the way down your legs. Now I will come and have a look. Don't think I'm crazy. Can you push back more? So this is a plow stretch where you're right up on your neck. So again, that floor on your shoulders can feel really nice. And it's just a deeper stretch on your back. I'm going to just come and have a quick look, but the first one's fine. So you will know if that feels good or right and the right thing for you. They both look lovely. Kaz, really nice and high. Good, roll out when you're ready. Perfect. Let's come back so you can breathe again. We're going to do that whole section again. So we're going to work the opposite muscles. So this is squeezing up and down into your bridge. Hips are going nice and high. Breathing out as you come up. Good, you've got 2 more. Hold this last one up. This time, I'd like you to tap your knees together. So gentle knees as you're coming up. And so it's a little pulse, but again, it's just activating those glutes a bit, working your hip flexors. Hip bones are up to the ceiling. And 1, well done. Good, and lower down into the floor. So come up one more time, got your hopes up then, didn't I? Single leg, lifting up onto that single leg bridge. Now this time you can just do a hold or single leg bridge coming down and up. So squeezing into that bottom cheek. Good, see if you can do 4 more. Good, 2 more. And 1. Lovely, switch over. So come down, stabilise in that bridge to start with. Then take one leg off and then come down and up if you can. So you've got 10, add 9, you've got 8, or you can just hold it up, and 1, that's good. Feet come on, knees come into your chest to release that lower back, head comes up here, and come and rock forwards and rock back. Good. And again, there's a reason that babies rock. This should feel quite soothing. This should feel quite nice. You're working your abs on the way up. Give me 2 more rocks. And come back to that back position and stretch backwards if you can, or level 1, bottoms on the floor, and just head come up here into your lower back. But if you can, tilt all the way back. They look really strong. You can support your lower back into your hands. You can bend your knee if that feels right for you. You can straighten your legs. Take your legs wide, sometimes helps you find the floor. And just hold that for a couple of breaths. Good. Right, bend your knees to come out. And give me full body stretch here. So just take a second, like just feel everything kind of release. That was quite a crunched up position. Good, bring your arms to the side now, and I want you to step one bent leg over your straight leg, and then bring your hands across your body. So it's like I have turned you into a twist. And I'm going to have a look, because this is quite a hard one to get into. Of what direction are you facing in? Well done, experts, they both look beautiful. Now, and in this position, it's quite a good lower back stretch. I can also feel it in my chest. You're trying to get that knee down. If you wanted to put your hand on your opposite knee and increase the stretch, hopefully you should feel that in your IT band, your lower back, your into your waist.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
And both of you got sent to this workout for a reason. This is quite a good one. I can sometimes get my lower back to click kind of in here. That always just feels like, oh, that relief of getting it done. So come back into the middle, straighten your other leg comes over the top, and then you should feel that stretch in your chest, knee goes over. Oh, my IT band feels really tight. And come back into the middle. Come and do a nice relaxing one here. So feet go together, knees come out to the side, and just turn your palms up to the ceiling for a second and let gravity do the work, stretching out your inside thigh. So we're trying to get your lower back into the floor. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just feel that lower back sinking, and try and get your knees to just relax out. So I'm not that fussy about my feet. I want this stretch to be for your inside thigh. In yoga, they want your feet really close together, but I want you to feel that stretch more than yoga. When you are ready, I would like you to take your hands to your head, and if you're comfortable to, I'd like you to do me some sit-ups. Now, this is quite an unusual position to do sit-ups, but you may find they feel a bit different. When you've got your feet up doing sit-ups, some of your quads and your hip flexors are doing some of the work, and by having your feet out to the side, this takes that out. So these might feel harder working your core. So just slow and controlled with these crunches, pushing your lower back into the floor. Breathing out on the way up, chin goes up to your chest. This last one, hold up those abs, reach up, and try and feel like someone's pulling your fingertips as those knees go to the side, flattening your tummy. Good, and lower back down. Well done. Come and bring those knees up for me. So, Kaz, I know you find this one quite hard. I want you to give me a full body roll up. So you're going through your belly, going to sit all the way up and rolling back down again. So trying to get shoulders off, waist, hips, and up, and rolling through again. Show me. Oh, Grace, you make it look easy. Kazza's got better. Well done. Yeah, love that. Yeah, love that. Good. Look who's been practicing. I like a good student who's been practicing. You'll be well rewarded. Good, I like that. Good. Good. So if you can do me 2 more. And 1. Good. Hold it up at the top. We're now going to do one of those killer V-sits so that you're leaning back. Feet stay on the floor to start with. And yeah, both of you really. So I want this to work your lower abs. If you feel any pain in your lower back at all, stop. But if you can, to make it harder, come and lift up 1 foot. Really open that chest. We're going to hold it for 10 seconds and switch over to the other foot. So you're going to hold that for 10, 9, 8, 7. Good. Now switch feet. So you have got 10 and 9, 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Well done. Good. Come and roll back down. Release that back. Come back into that open leg position here and try and get your hips to tilt under so your lower back is on the floor, and then automatically I feel this really nice stretch on my inside thigh here. Head goes to your hands. I'd like 10 crunches here. So you've got 10 and 9. You're trying to look up to your chin goes up to your chest, looking up to the ceiling. Got 4 more. You've got 4 and 3. Good. 2 more. You've got 2 and 1. So just hold it up here. Reach your hands forwards. Try and keep your head in line with your spine. Lower back goes into the floor. Can you reach up any higher? Those knees drop out. Good. And knees come down. And come and breathe out and come and sit all the way up. So 10 more all the way sit-ups. Good. And 9. This is basically like the longest way to come, the longest, meanest way to come to sitting up possible. 6. This is the least efficient way to coming up for sitting up with the most amount of core work. You've got 3, 2 and 1. This one, come and stay seated. Lean back here so you're in a V-sit. So just hold both feet down on the floor to start with. Good. You could put your hands on the floor as well if you're all wobbly, if you wanted to. Lift up one leg, leaning back, head stays into your spine. Good. Switch over to the other leg. And then swap up, then lift both of them up. So you're holding that there for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2 and 1. Well done. Okay, come and release into, so knees are into your chest, 1 foot comes onto the floor, and straighten your other leg up into the air. So in this position, you should feel the stretch on the back of your legs. Come and flex your foot to the sole, so your sole of your foot's on the ceiling. Pushing through that heel. Good. And foot goes on your underneath legs. Reach through your legs and lift up your bottom. And you should feel a really good stretch on your IT band and outside bum cheek. Good. And if you lift your head up, that might increase the stretch as well. And this is definitely part of my body. Again, tight IT bands can be a big factor in knee and lower back pain. So it's quite a good one to work on that stretch and that flexibility here. Come knee into your chest, straighten that leg up into the air. Flex your foot and you should feel that stretch going into your calf here. Okay, point your toe. Place your foot on your underneath leg, reach through your legs and pick up your bottom. And if you lift your head up, that will increase the stretch even more. Good. Come and roll up. And this is the bit where everyone shouts at me. For most people, adductors, inside thigh, is one of the tightest parts of your body. So just by opening my legs like this, and it's a reason why kind of this inside thigh muscle, it's such a common one for people to pull. Like, so in boot camps and running, like, this is a really common muscle to pull, and it's just basically we don't use it walking and running, so it gets really, really tight. So if we don't actively stretch it, it just gets tighter and tighter. So now walk your, so my hands are behind me, push yourself forwards a little bit, and you should feel a bit more stretch here. Good. I now want you to reach up and over. So you should feel really good stretch down the side. Now, in this position, your opposite knee is going to want to pop up. So concentrate on trying to keep that down to the floor. Now, reach forwards, like turn, and have your head going down towards your knee. And so you're doing a two-way stretch now. You're reaching those fingers forward. Good. Now this is the one that always gets me, because I'm sure 90 million years ago, I used to be able to get my chest and head on the floor, and I don't know why the floor got so far away, but try and relax your head down forwards. Oh my God, that's tight. It's tough, isn't it? Then, other side, come up over your head. Feel that stretch here. Think about that opposite knee staying down on the floor. And then when you are ready, come and face your knee. And then just try and square off your hips. And you're aiming to get your head on your knee. Perfect. Come and bring your legs together and bash them on the floor. Be a 2-year-old. Love this one. It's quite nice if you make the noise as well. Good. Come and relax your back down. My 4-year-old is just like, there's no negotiating. Well, she's 5 now. My 5-year-old, there's no negotiating with her. And I always think it'd be so nice in life if you could just be Belle. That you're like, Belle, will you clean your teeth? And she just says no. Like, as in no. There is no negotiation. I am not doing this. I do not care what you bribe me with. It's just no. And I think it'd be quite nice in life if we could just go, no, I'm not doing that at all. Grace, that's you on work this week. Being like, total refusal. I'm not working more hours for no money. Ridiculous. So dropping your head down. Stretching forwards. And I have folded my toes up. So I'm getting that stretch on my feet, as well as my back and my hands. And hopefully that should feel a little bit looser than when we started. Last couple, we are nearly there. Come over onto your tummy and relax your head onto your hands. Come and have your knees together. So this stretch is one that we do standing up quite a lot in classes. And I always think the second that you do it on the floor, you can see how much you're cheating standing up. Because if your knees are together, the floor is in the way, so you can't tip back. This is just pure quad stretch. And then what I want you to do is get a stretch into your chest and that hip as well. So just take that heel away from your bottom and then come back in so that heel is there. Come and switch over to the other side. So heel, bottom, heel into your bottom to start with. Lift up that chest so you've got a chest stretch here. And this might be one that may or may not be for you, but try and get both of your heels into your bottom, lift up your chest, lift up your knees, and do both at the same time. If you can, lift that head off. Good, and come and relax down. Come and give me a full body stretch here into that shoulder. Good, come and push your hands underneath your shoulders and come back into that lovely child's pose position here. So that's where your shoulder stretch is. Good. Come up to a comfortable sitting position. I just want you to stretch out your chest. So come hands really wide, palms are facing towards me. Trying to relax that neck and shoulders, and then push the wall behind you. So this is where I want you to see how far you can get your hands back and your palms turned down. Let's come and do that one more time. So palms to me, horizontal here, and then twist your hands and push the wall. Really squeeze those shoulders together. Good. Come here, and one more time. Mine's actually creaking if it makes you feel any better. I've got like audible creak. Now come and drop your head, stretch those shoulders again. Come and pull across your body so you're doing the two sides. Lovely, and pull the other side. And our last stretch, come and stretch shoulder, tricep here at the front. Again, if your shoulders are tight, triceps can get quite tight as well. Switch over to the other side. And again, if you've done lots of boot camps, own body weight, there's lots of like push-ups in there. So now just finish looking side to side. Drop your chest down, chin down to your chest, and look up to the ceiling. Good, and ear to shoulder, push down onto the floor. Good, come up and over the other side. Well done, and come shake your hands. It's like magic spells to shake your hands. Well done.